Welcome to Turning Points TV. I am Margie Dawson, the Director of Development at Turning Points. In today's edition, we are going to learn about the resources available here at the Bill Galvano One Stop Center, specifically our Veterans Program, the Yellow Ribbon Program. We're going to speak with staff, volunteers, and even clients that participate in this program. So stay tuned for Turning Points TV. And now we're going to speak with Dan O'Connell. He is a veteran volunteer here at Turning Points. Hi, Dan.
Hi.
So tell me, how did you get involved in Turning Points?
About 3 years ago, I read an article in the paper. I'm a Marine in 1963 and 1965, and I read that there was a Yellow Ribbon program I had never heard of. Of course, as you know, it's under Turning Points, and we have 2 offices inside here. And I come in once a week, usually, or maybe twice. But most of the time I'm out in outreach. I'm outside literally looking for homeless and distressed veterans that are living in the woods and the bushes and trees. And we bring in the average in the wintertime about 5 a week here to you. And of course, once they get here, you know what happens, and most people don't. These veterans that are distressed and homeless are brought through here. They're cleaned up. If they need medical care, they're brought up to Bay Pines. They're brought up to Tampa if they have to go to Bill Young. Up to the other facility up in Tampa, so that all of our veterans are taken from one step to the next until we know that they've been rescued, that they have had all the medical treatment that they need, that they're fully clothed, that they're fed, and that we have a place for them to stay. And our ultimate objection is to have them, or objective is to have them in a stable environment. So we're basically looking to assimilate them into society. And it's not that easy. And as you know, the younger guys that we have out there, so folks at home know, if you have a child that just came out of the military that you know needs help, please contact us. We need to get these kids off the street. We need to get them where they belong. They earned it, and they signed their name on a piece of paper, say they give their life. They deserve everything they get. So let's make sure everybody home understands that, and we welcome anybody that needs help here.
That's fantastic. So tell me, why is it really important for you to help these veterans?
I don't know. It's like I didn't expect this. I didn't expect that I would be doing what I'm doing. I came out one day to volunteer and I get hooked. So, you know, I can't help not coming here. I just have to do that. And I'll come in once or twice a week, and I've been doing it for 3 years, and I'll continue doing it until someday we can say there's no more homeless people of veterans, at least in Manatee County. So until then, I'll be here.
So Dan, when you go out to these homeless camps and you encounter the homeless veterans, how do you speak to them? Like, how do you convince them to come to Turning Points, to take advantage of all the resources that are available to them? Because I know sometimes there's some addictions out there or mental health. So let us know, how do you do that?
It's difficult. I think what they have, the first thing you have to do is establish trust. If you're a veteran, you can talk to a veteran. If you're not a veteran, veterans are not going to speak to you. It's almost like Marines. I'm a Marine, and Derrick Hurd, who's the director of this program, is Army, Lieutenant Colonel Army, retired, nicest guy in the world. Marines do not want to talk to Army soldiers. They want to talk to a Marine. So if that happens to be a case, we go out, we get their trust, we let them understand. This is not something, we're not turning you in for anything. You're not going to be in trouble. If you have a drinking problem, a substance abuse problem, we don't make judgments. All we want to do is save you. So we want to get you out of here. We want to get you to a safe place. We want to make sure you're healthy. And the younger the guy, the worse it is for me, because these kids are coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq, 2 or 3 tours. That's unheard of when I was in Vietnam. We didn't have 2 or 3 tours. These kids are coming back, their heads are screwed up totally, and you have to get them into a situation where you can help them. It's so hard to convince them because they're so young. They've been taught, hey, I'm on my own. You don't have to worry about me. I can take care of myself. And some of them can. And we lose some of them. We'll get them in here, we'll go through the whole process, and they're gone. They go back to the woods again because they've been saved, but now they're back where they need to be. So I think the biggest thing for us right now, and for me, is wait for the wintertime, and they're snowbirds, essentially. It's too hot here for the homeless vets at this point. When they come back in here in a couple of months, then we'll have them again, and we'll be dealing with at least 15 to 20 a month that we find literally homeless. And as you know, hundreds go through this door a month, all the time, through the veterans door. So, yeah, it's not easy.
Dan, if you could talk to all the homeless veterans out there, what would you like to tell them about Turning Points?
I would like to tell them, first of all, this is not a mooch program like you think. You earned everything that you have got coming to you. I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that we are available for you, and I want you to come here and look for help. And if you know of anybody that needs help, you contact us and we'll find them. You tell us where they are, we'll find them, we'll bring them in. You've earned this as a veteran of the United States military. You put your name on a piece of paper, said you would give your life. We're here for you.
We are now in one of the offices for the Yellow Ribbon Veterans Program. We are going to speak with one of the case managers to find out what a veteran does when he gets here. What are the steps that he needs to take to get the services that we provide? So please say hello to Gordon Parks. He is one of the case managers in our programs. Hello, Gordon.
Hi. So one of the things we do first when a veteran would come here for help, we would ask them to identify themselves. So in doing that, we rely on a basic state ID. Then we ask for a federal document called a DD-214. This document depicts their services record and other important information that would assure that they are eligible for veterans benefits. So after that is in place, we go on with a very lengthy packet that we present the client with. This package includes identifications, emergency contacts, income, other health information, not specifically to help, but information that would link them to the VA outpatient clinics if they needed records from there. And then we do some forms that are important to the Yellow Ribbon program. We complete those forms, and then we would actually evaluate all these documents and input, and then determine if the client is eligible for our program.
What are some of the services that they do receive in this program?
Clients receive financial support with rental assistance. They also receive supports with utilities. Now, outside of the monetary support, we do a lot of wraparound support things like we link them to other resources in the communities. There's also the VA outpatient clinic on State Road 64. We utilize that for health care. We have other agencies right next door. We have also the Turning Points clinical situation there. We provide health care here. We also farm out some of our healthcare work to Monterey County Rural Health and other services in the communities. We have a relationship with all the other donor organizations that provide healthcare. We link them to these other agencies when we are not able to provide direct services for them.
Gordon, I know some of our veterans and some of the homeless out there, they have addiction issues or they may have other mental health issues. How do you handle that?
So one of the things we like to do with clients that appear to have substance abuse or mental health issues, we like to link them to VA outpatients clinic, and the satellite for that is Bay Pines Hospital in St. Pete's. So they have in-house treatment facilities there, and they also have the outpatient treatment facility right here in Bradenton on State Road 64 and Morgan Johnson Road. So we often try to refer our clients to those facilities so they can get the immediate health care that they need for mental health issues, or for substance abuse issues.
Now, Gordon, if there was one thing that you wanted to tell our homeless veterans out there, what would it be?
The one important thing is that we are here to provide an array of services for all of our veterans. We have an open door policies, and we are here to help.
Okay, Gordon, thank you so much for everything that you do here at Turning Points and for our veterans. Thank you so much.
Thank you for interviewing us, and we are here to help.
One of the great programs that we participate in every fall is the Manatee County Stand Down. This year's event will be on November 5th at the Manatee County Fairgrounds in Palmetto, starting at 8 a.m. until noon. Now we're here with Mark Allender. He is a veteran and he works here in our Yellow Ribbon program. And then we'll speak to Derrick Hurd, who is our Veterans Program Manager. Now, Mark, tell us about your experience here at Turning Points and about Stand Down, your experiences at Stand Down.
4 years ago, I showed up as a homeless veteran at Turning Points. I found out about the Yellow Ribbon program, and then I was able to get into the HUD-VASH program, which is a Section 8 housing program strictly for veterans. I got set up in an apartment and had nothing to do. So I decided to give back and be active with other veterans. It's been 4 stand downs that I've been to now. One of the great things about stand down is that veterans are introduced to all the services available. When I was out there, I had no idea how much was being done for the veterans.
So what did you do at Stand Down as a volunteer?
We make sure that they get the information about Turning Points, and Derrick orders a lot of equipment for them. We pass out clothing, various surplus out of boots, shoes, sleeping bags. Just too numerous to mention. Lots of clothing, but basically the important thing is the information, so that they finally know that they're not alone out there, that services are available for them.
Thank you so much, Mark. So Derrick, what would you like to tell us about Stand Down?
Well, basically everything that Mark just said, but I'd like to go back through and just look or list some of the services that are provided. I've got a list here. Things like dental screenings, eye exams. The Florida Department of Transportation will be there this year preparing and providing Florida IDs and Florida driver's licenses. As he mentioned, clothing, resume assistance, medical screenings, showers, hygiene, legal consultations, haircuts, and other veteran services. Also, MCAT and SCAT will be providing transportation to and from the stand down for veterans. So it's an amazing opportunity for us to provide services from throughout the community for veterans and those other civilians who are distressed in the community.
Thank you, Derrick. Because although Stand Down, it focuses on our homeless veterans, but it is open to any homeless or individual that needs help that day, correct?
Yes, yes.
So Derrick, why is this event important for us as a community? Why is it important for our veterans?
Well, to answer that question, I think the first thing I'd say is let's define what a veteran is. A veteran is one of the 1% of Americans who's raised their right hand and sworn that they will support and defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So that in itself sets that person apart into the 99th percentile of what we need to be able to do to support that person when they come back from their deployment or from their battle with the scars that they faced or that they suffered while serving this country. That's the least we owe them, is the best that we have. So that's why it's important to support people who voluntarily, by the way, we haven't had a draft since the 60s, so right now, we have what we call an all-volunteer force. So we have people who have voluntarily raised their right hand to support and defend the Constitution. Then we should voluntarily raise our right hands to support those people when they come back.
Thank you so much, Derrick. And Mark, why do you feel this is an important service for our veterans in our community?
The services that are available for the veterans in our community at Stand Down are extremely important for veterans. We don't have when we're out there homeless, we have no idea what's available. So that's one of the reasons Stand Down is so important. And the fact is that there'll be more veterans until this world comes to an end, because there'll always be a need for a military. And it's important to take care of the ones who are there.
Thank you so much, Mark. And thank you, Mark, for your service and everything you do here at Turning Points. And you too, Derrick, thank you for your service and everything you do. Thank you. So now stay tuned for more. About wraps up this latest episode of Turning Points TV. I would like to thank Gordon, Derrick, Dan, and Mark for talking to us today about the Turning Points Veterans Program, the Yellow Ribbon Program. That is just one of the programs that is available here at Turning Points. Our veterans, we hold them close to our hearts. And if there's anything that we can do for them, we want to help. So if you are a veteran, or if you know a veteran that needs any help, please have them contact us here at Turning Points. You can call us or go to our website or even our Facebook page, but we are here to help. So thank you, and I hope you tune in for the next edition of Turning Points TV.